Hi, this is Tabitha Pascoe, and I help women just like you break your rules that are holding you back and create new empowering ones. And I'm really excited to be sharing my 7 secrets to success to help you get more success in your life and your business. Now, I'm sure during this webinar you are going to hear things you've heard before, but what I really invite you to do is to keep an open mind and say to yourself, isn't that interesting, rather than I know. Being successful isn't just about what we know, it's about what we do that really makes the difference. Now, today I really want to be sharing with you how to create time and space to confidently pursue the lifestyle business of your dreams. And I'll be letting you know at the end of this webinar how you can do this. Now, this is going to be a great webinar if you are really working hard but you're not getting the results you want or you think you should have. If you're procrastinating because of overwhelm, not seeing the wood through the trees, spinning lots of plates. If you're lacking in confidence that you can achieve your dreams, whether that be in your business, your relationships with abundance, or if you're just fed up with settling and you really want more, whether that be more clients, more money, more energy, more love, more joy, more whatever it is for you. Or if you're just not quite sure what your calling is, what your purpose is yet. So let's get cracking with secret number 1. Secret 1 is all about where are you now? Whenever we're stuck or we're not sure what way to turn or we're fed up with going in circles, it's a great time to take stock. You know something needs to change. Doing the same thing over and over again expecting a different result is Einstein's definition of insanity. But we do, don't we? It's like when you've lost your keys or something, or your car keys, and we look everywhere. Look in the drawers, look upstairs, and then we go back to the place we started looking and start looking all over again. And it's the same with our businesses. Activity isn't the same as results. And I really love the Pareto 20/80 rule that applies to so much. 20% of what you do brings in 80% of your profits. When we do the same things and make the same mistakes, it's usually because on some level we're satisfying one of our rules, one of our driving values. So knowing your values, i.e. what's really important to you, will help you change how you make decisions. This is also a great time to start becoming aware of what has gone well for you over the last year, what you would like to do more of, and knowing what will fulfill you now and in the future. Now we've looked at where you are, it's now time to go on to secret number 2, which is really where you want to be going. Where do you want to be? What is your vision? Do you have real clarity about where you're going and what you want your business to look like in the next 12 months? How many clients or customers are you going to have? How much profit do you want? How many hours do you want to be working? Where do you want to be working? What sort of environment? What's really important to you? Who do you want to be working with? What sort of marketing do you want to be doing? How much automation do you want? Why are you really in business? What started it in the first place? Who do you want to be serving? Do you know the answers to these questions? You know, being in business is a journey, as is life, so I believe you have to enjoy the journey as well as the destination. You can really accelerate your success by having real clarity about what it is and why you want it. It is the why that's going to get us up. I cannot emphasize how important this is. This is what will keep you going on the days you just don't want to get out of bed. Okay, so we've looked at where we are, we've looked at where we're going, so now moving on to success secret number 3, which is all about what's stopping you getting there. So this is really where we can fall down. Because what is really stopping you getting there? What is stopping you getting your vision? And the simple answer is you. It's all about you. It's so easy to get sucked into our own stories about there not being enough clients, you not having enough certificates, not knowing enough, not being experienced enough, the economy being bad, or the market being saturated with coaches or therapists or whatever service and product you provide. But the reality is we get in our own way most of the time. I find this especially true of women, and I see it time and time again with my clients and myself. Recently, I shared some stats at one of my Damsels in Success meetings from The Confidence Gap by Katty Kay and Claire Shipman. So, if you want to look it up, it's a really interesting read. But part one of the studies was about how women would only apply for a promotion when they matched 100% of criteria, whereas men would apply when they only met 50% of the criteria. And in another study, a lecturer at a university, she would ask all of her students over a 7-year period how much they anticipated or what they thought they deserved to be earning within the next 5 years, and women consistently said 20% less than men. Again, this is such a clear example of how we are just getting in our own way. So how do we banish those barriers? How do we stop getting in our own way? Well, that leads us quite nicely on to success secret number 4. This is about starting to make the difference that really makes a difference. You know, the first step really to banishing your barriers is to become aware of them, to become aware of really what's stopping you and what those beliefs are, and then start taking steps to change them. We cannot just say or think something to change, especially if it's a habit or if it's a deeply ingrained belief, and usually that will be unconscious. You know, every thought we have creates a neural pathway in our brain, and we can't just erase it. It's usually automatic and unconscious. So often we have to create a new one to replace it. So really we want to be moving away from our reptilian brain and towards our neurocortex. So I'm not sure if you've heard about that, but our reptilian brain is our basic instinct. It's our flight or fight. It's that gut reaction, that instinct. So you're in your car and you come up to a traffic light, and the red light comes on and you stop. It's an automatic thing. Then you've got your limbic system, which is where you make decisions based on your emotions. And then where you really want to be focusing your attention on is the neurocortex, which is the thinking part of our brain. It's where we're tapping into our higher selves and our higher brain. So one of the ways you can do that, I mean, there are lots and lots of different techniques, but one of the ways is simply just by looking at our language. So that's why I absolutely love NLP when we look at language, but just thinking about everyday responses where someone says to you, "How are you?" And it's quite automatic for us. We don't even think about it. Our reptilian brain goes straight into action and we say, "Not bad," or "Yeah, I'm okay." Whereas actually, if we start thinking about what we want to say and be saying things like, "Oh, I'm great," or "I'm fantastic," that is what is going to help us train us to become more in tune with our neocortex brain. So if you really want to get out of your own way and create more success in life, then you need to be learning how to be using this on a daily basis. Now, success secret 5 is all about that voice, that real inner chat. What are you thinking all the time? What are you actually saying to yourself? The truth is that most people are not consciously aware of what they're saying to themselves, and scarily, we have about 65 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and 65% of them are negative. Now, I know you're probably thinking that you're a positive person, but if you start to become more consciously aware of what you're thinking, you might actually surprise yourself. Do you find yourself muttering about other drivers, or judging the way other people might look or behave, or how the prices have gone up at the petrol station, or how your husband hasn't done the washing up properly, or at all? Do you dislike something about your body and you think about how you want to lose weight, and you might say things like, "Gosh, I look so fat in that photo"? I know I surprised myself when I kept a journal a few years ago, and I really am a positive person. I do love using reframing, which helps me with my negative thoughts. So if I think to myself, "Oh, these jeans are too tight and I hate my bum," I might say to myself, "I've actually got plenty of clothes to wear, and I'm working on getting back into those jeans." The best thing I find is being surrounded by like-minded women who act as our mirrors and repeat back to us what we're saying. Because I don't know about you, I'm not always aware of what I am saying to myself or even out loud. Also, having a coach is brilliant because they pick up, as mine does, on things that you're saying, and your beliefs come out. You know, that hidden chat and those limiting beliefs. You know, if you believe something to be true, then it will be. I love Earl Nightingale's quote about, "As you think, so shall you become." You know, whatever you believe with feeling will become your reality. You are a result of all of your belief systems to date. You know, they form a screen of logic that you see the world through, like glasses, and you won't allow any information to come in that's inconsistent with that belief. They are so powerful, even if they're false. I'm not sure if you've heard of the acronym FEAR, FEAR, false evidence appearing real. You know, self-limiting beliefs are not usually based on reality at all. They're based from a variety of sources, and they're usually picked up unconsciously, often when we were children. As I'm sure you can tell, I'm really passionate about this. And I know if you break down your beliefs that don't serve you, you will increase the level of success you're experiencing without a doubt. Now, the penultimate success secret is truly one of my most favourite secret successes. There is so much information about the law of attraction, it is unreal. And to be honest, I could just do a whole webinar or a workshop or even a whole course on this subject. It's so fascinating and so wide and vast. If you've seen any of my videos where I've been sharing my 28-day gratitude practice, you will understand what I'm talking about. You know, we are all energy. Every human living being is a magnet, and we radiate thought energy and attract into our lives the people and the events and circumstances that harmonise with the things we think about all the time. You have to change the content of your conscious mind if you really want to attract different people into your life, different circumstances or different events or situations. Because when you feel good about yourself, do good things happen? You know, I think it's true that when we're feeling really great, that great things happen, and then when we're feeling down, then, you know, the opposite happens and not great things happen. You know, think about a time when you get up in the morning and you trip over something on the floor in your bedroom, and then you drop the toothbrush down the toilet, and your hairdryer packs in, and you think, gosh, this is going to be one of those days, you know, everything's going wrong. And the thing is, it is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy because you are your own fortune teller. You know, this doesn't happen by chance, this is law. So if you want to have more success, we have to be grateful for the success we've already had. And I know you might be saying you may not have had much success, but trust me, no matter where you are on the scale in your business or your life, you will have had successes. And you just need to see them and be grateful for them. Which is why I love this, which is, you know, what you feel now is what you're going to attract. And that is so true. Finally, onto the success secret number 7, and the one that I must say to my clients all the time, which is just go and do it. This is the most important thing about success. You know, those who are successful take action, and those that aren't just think about it and plan it. You know who you are. You know, you just need your business cards before you make that call, or you just need your website or your leaflets or your perfect pitch, or you need to wait till after Christmas or after the summer. And the list goes on and on and on. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? But what actually stops you taking the action? Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of success? Is it fear of letting go? So I hear you ask, how can I do all these things and get the success we deserve and desire? Well, as I mentioned at the beginning, I would be sharing with you how you could create more time and space and confidently pursue the lifestyle business of your dreams. A way of really accelerating your success is to join my exclusive Inner Success Circle, which is for an intimate number of women. And I'm truly excited about this program because it really gets to the root of what's holding you back. And to work on yourself and to grow you and your business, whether that be to get more clients or more profit or happier relationships, greater balance or fulfilling your purpose and making you feel alive. Now, this program isn't for everyone, and that is okay. Yes, I am psychic, and I do know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking the same as I did, which was this all sounds really fabulous, but I can't afford it right now, or I just don't have the time. And is it true that you need these two things? All I can say is I do know how you feel. I do remember when a fellow coach who I really respected and admired was telling me about her inner circle. I remember thinking, wow, that sounds amazing. And I did actually say that to her. I said, if I had the money, I'd definitely do it. And she laughed. Over the course of about a month or two, I would hear snippets of what she was planning and how she'd be helping women in business get to where they want to be, exploring options they might never have thought of on their own, and allowing them to progress quicker, and most importantly, to have an intimate group of women supporting and holding me and holding my hand all the way. I remember thinking, you know what, I've got to do this. If I really want to take the next step, if I really want to, make that leap in my business, I've got to go outside my comfort zone and become vulnerable. And that was really scary. I knew I needed to do it, but how could I make it happen? And to be honest, I just scraped the money together. I used credit cards and I just did it. Don't get me wrong, it totally scared myself. But even though I've paid for expensive programs before, this was really different because I didn't have the big corporate salary to pay for it. But my heart and my intuition was right, and it really was the best thing I ever did. And to be honest, I wouldn't be delivering this for starters if I hadn't have had that deep level of support and guidance. As I did mention, it isn't right for everybody. And if you're not ready to make the time and investment and make the commitment, then it might be better to choose one of my other packages or a VIP day just to get you started. So, who is this really for? It's for women who really have their own business or want to, and they're ready to take, if you're ready to take your business to the next level, but in some level you're fearful and you need support, as I knew I did, and you want to get more clarity and confidence and take that continuous action, which is what you need to do to get where you want to be. If you've really got a higher purpose and you want to make a difference to people's lives, then this is absolutely for you. So, are you ready? Are you ready to invest time and money in you and your business? If so, this is for you. So, what is the investment, I hear you asking? The first investment is investment in time. So, this is a 6-month program where you have 6 full days. That's 1 day a month to take time out for you and your business. And then, in between that, to support you, you'll have 6 one-to-one coaching sessions with me. So, that's a total of 42 hours of you time to really get clear, get clarity, build your confidence, and take the action you need to do to achieve your dreams in your business and your life. I like to create a beautiful space for my clients. So I use the Channels Golf Club in Essex, where we'd usually use the trophy room and spend a day there and then go out maybe outside or round the grounds and have lunch, and we have breakfast there. And it's a really beautiful space to really think and get clear about what it is you want, and get that neocortex part of your brain active. Now the question on your lips is what does it cost? What's that investment? Well, the investment is 3,975, and that does include some bonuses. So because I absolutely love Damsels in Success, I will be offering free membership in your local area, which is included in the price. And also there'll be a free 3-month post-program support to help you with your ongoing actions, and of course a free copy of the F Factor. This is limited to only 4 special women. I've deliberately kept the groups really small because I believe that each person needs the time and attention, and we can only do that in a very small group. Now, what is the next step? Quite honestly, this is where you need to decide. This is where you need to make a decision. So, this is also where I see a lot of people waste energy. I really want you to hone and listen into your intuition, and you'll know in your heart if this is right for you. And it's a simple yes or it's a no. And if it's a yes, then the next question is just about how you make it happen. There is an application process because I need to be sure that this is right for you and that you are right for the group. And it will only work if you're ready to take that next step and to really be honest with yourself, be open to receiving and able to contribute and take responsibility. All you have to do now is simply email me. My Inner Success Circle will start in mid-October 2014, so drop me an email at tabitha@yoursuccessrules.co.uk with your phone number and the best times to call you, and I'll be in touch with more detail. I'd really like to thank you for listening, and I do hope you found some of this useful, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks, bye bye.